Reading only supplies the mind with knowledge supplies, but thinking makes us have what we read. There is no tree that has not been shaken by wind. There is no human being who has not been shaken by failure. But there are hard trees, and there are strong people. So be one of them. Fear of evil is much stronger than the possibility of good as a basis for human actions. Tyranny begins when the rule of law ends. Children must be accustomed to controlling their desires and dispensing with their whims. From an early age, the first thing they should learn is that what we give them is out of our appreciation that they are beneficial to them and not because they bring them pleasure. The purpose of the law is not to prevent or restrict freedom, but to preserve and expand it. Fashion is often nothing more than a panic of wealth. There is no more rudeness than another intersection during his talk. Every fortune is the result of a great effort. New opinions are always the subject of suspicion, and people usually oppose them without any good reason, but that these opinions have not yet become common. The mind at birth is a white page waiting for the experiment to write. Education is established, but good company, reading and thinking are what you refine. Beware of extreme anger. It is a temporary madness of the exhausted mind. Children generally hate to be unemployed. Then all the attention is that their crowded sense of humor is constantly employed in something useful to him. Parents wonder why the tables taste bitter, while they themselves were pouring poison into the spring. Whoever exploits the imagination of another or has to sell strips or a piece of cloth that is more expensive than another man at the same time cheats with him. Whoever uses his words loosely and invariably either will not be thought or understood. Whoever uses force unfairly puts himself in a state of war with those who use it against them, in which case all previous ties are cancelled and all other rights cease, and everyone has the right to defend himself and to resist the aggressor. Who are we to tell anyone what they can or cannot do? Who has the possibility of a different state of complete happiness or misery suffered by all men after this life, depending on their behavior, the standards of goodness and evil that govern his choice change dramatically. But only one thing that brings people together in sedition is persecution. The care of souls cannot be the property of the civil judge. Those who deny the existence of God cannot be tolerated. Promises, vows and right, which are the bonds of human society, can have no effect on the atheist. If God takes, albeit even in thought, everyone melts. Anyone who has a variable, and it changes apparently, for no apparent reason, raises doubts about corruption. Therefore, always, when you change your opinion or course, admit it clearly and declare it. with the reasons that push you to cancel. Those who deny the existence of God cannot be tolerated. Promises, vows and right, which are the bonds of human society, can have no effect on the atheist. If God takes, albeit even in thought, everyone melts. At first, the whole world was America.